Today I'm going to share with you my thoughts on spiritual seeking, material speaking, and peace. And what I want to share with you comes about because in my world where I do seminars and workshops, Digital Deepak and digitaldeepak.ai, where you can ask me questions, Digital Dharma, where you can learn how to use technology for spiritual evolution. So, in that world that I navigate all the time, there are a few people who are not at peace, no matter what. And some of them are what we can call spiritual junkies. The others engage in what we might call spiritual materialism. But in any case, they are neither happy nor at peace. So I want to share something today that has been on my mind for a while. In the relentless pursuit of happiness, our humanity has long been caught up in a cycle of seeking. We say spiritual seeker or seeker of happiness or seeker of material success. So this relentless pursuit of happiness, both in the material world and spiritual world, is an endless treadmill. The consistent striving, which is often seen as a noble endeavor, can paradoxically be the very thing that keeps us from experiencing true peace. The statement, therefore, I want to make today is when there is no more seeking, either material or spiritual, there is peace. So I'm inviting you to explore a profound truth about the nature of contentment and the human condition. Contentment in yogic traditions is called santosh. So first, let's look at material seeking. In the material world, this manifests as consumerism, career ambition, the accumulation of wealth and possessions. We are bombarded with messages that tell us we need more to be happy, a bigger house, a newer car, the latest gadget. Yet, those who reach the pinnacle of material success often report feeling empty, realizing that objects cannot fill the void within. No amount of objects can fill the void within. And as I've said before, if you have an addictive personality, then pleasure in any form exhausts its energy and becomes addiction. We keep seeking pleasure which doesn't please us anymore. That's what addiction is, not getting enough of what you don't want anymore. So there's a paradox of non-seeking. And this, what I just said to you, when there is no more seeking, there is peace. That peace arises when we cease this endless quest. This is not an invitation to apathy or resignation, but rather a call to radical acceptance of what is. It echoes the wisdom found in various philosophical and spiritual traditions. In Buddhism, the concept of non-attachment teaches that suffering comes from clinging to desires and aversions. And all desires and aversions are fluctuations, of course, and time-bound fluctuations of consciousness. In Taoism, there is an expression, wu wei, or non-doing, which advocates for greater alignment with the natural flow of the universe rather than forced striving. And in Western philosophy, the Stoics emphasize focusing on what is within, and what is within our control, and accepting what is not. When we stop seeking, we open ourselves to the richness of not only the present moment, but presence itself, which is peace. Peace is not something to be attained in the future. It is available here and now. And when we let go of the compulsion to chase after it, then, of course, we disturb our peace. This state of non-seeking allows us to appreciate what we have rather than constantly yearning for what we lack. There are some challenges and misconceptions about this. It's important to note that ceasing to seek does not mean abandoning growth or responsibility. The challenge lies in distinguishing between wholesome aspirations that arise naturally and the compulsive seeking that stems from a sense of lack. True non-seeking is not about becoming passive, but about engaging with life from a place of acceptance and sufficiency. In a world that constantly urges us to want more, be more, seek more, the idea of finding peace through non-seeking is in many ways revolutionary. It invites us to step off the treadmill of desire and into the fullness of presence available to us in every moment. It's also called loving awareness. It invites us to step off the treadmill of desire into the fullness of presence in this moment. When we release the need to constantly improve our circumstances, material or even spiritual, we may find that peace we've been seeking has been with us all along, waiting patiently for us to notice it. This path is really challenging for a lot of people. It requires a fundamental shift in perspective and a willingness to confront our deepest insecurities. However, as we learn to rest in the awareness of our inherent completeness, we may discover a peace that surpasses all understanding, a peace that was never lost, but only obscured by relentless search for it, relentless seeking. This is also, by the way, have been referred to by others as what is called spiritual materialism, where we seek more and more accomplishments, more and more experiences in the spiritual realm. And actually, this spiritual materialism enhances our sense of ego rather than transcending it. So what you seek is the one who's seeking. And the one who's seeking is right here as presence. Don't have to go anywhere. And when seeking totally ceases, peace prevails. Many times in spiritual traditions, this is called the peace that passes understanding. I'll explore this idea more with you. I'm not saying you shouldn't seek spiritual experience or spiritual reality. All I'm saying is don't be relentless in your pursuit of it, because that relentless pursuit comes from anxiety. Okay? I'm sure you heard the word spiritual materialism. I'm sure you've heard that word. And it's a very interesting phrase, often used amongst Buddhist teachers. And it stems from the idea that the only peace is now. The only point of arrival is now. That, of course, cultivating mindfulness and gratitude and setting intentions, not being stressed about goals, these are all ways to achieve the peace that is already inherent, and it is part of our true self. And that true self does not seek to aggrandize the ego, even through spiritual experiences. The true self comes when the ego identity is transcended, not enhanced. So do not seek spiritual experiences so you can show off about it and know all your accomplishment and how good you are in understanding metaphysical concepts. I've been through that journey myself and realized that it doesn't really bring any peace. Peace, contentment, spirit presence, the divine, is right here, right now, as awareness. If you have any more questions on this or any other matters, check out digitaldeepak.ai. You'll hear my voice answering your questions. I will be learning from you. And it is free. It is a free service. It's costing us a bit right now, but we still want, not a bit, a lot, but we want to encourage you to get this information and ask questions and explore reality together. Of course, if you use it, as some people do, hundreds of times a day, then there might be in the future some cost attached to it. Thank you, my friends.